Good morning, I'm Laura Lee Taylor and today I'm going to show you a soft glam look using the Fernando Hervaz Nude Collective Palette. Now please excuse my voice today, I am just getting over a cold and I still look a little bit tired as well in this video, but I was really wanting to get another video out showing you something that's a little bit heavier in the coverage and a bit heavier in the eye makeup as well. So I've started a little bit different today. I'm using the Warm Beige Loose Mineral Foundation by Youngblood. And this I am buffing on with a kabuki brush. And I'm buffing it into my skin, and this will add a little bit of extra coverage. And what I plan to do is I'm going to use the Liquid Mineral Foundation, and I'm going to use my Beauty Blender. I'm using the Beauty Blender to just softly blend this in. Now this will create a bit more of a dewy finish, and also give myself a little bit more extra coverage, just because this look is going to be more for a nighttime, a little bit more glam, so I do want to add some more coverage with the foundation, so a bit more than I normally would use. Now this is the Makeup by Mario. It's one of the contour sticks. It's beautiful. It's got, I'll put the link of what shade it is, and it's got a brush on one end, so it's really easy to buff into the skin. I'm just going to go in with all creamy products to begin with. Now, I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin concealer, and I'm using this to prep my eyelid. Now, I want to make sure I prep my eyelids with this concealer, or you could use an eye primer, but just prepping them ready for the eyeshadow. Now, the first eyeshadow I'm going to use is the lightest in this palette, and it is called, I'll just find it, Silk. So it's a very light shade. And what it will do is help set that concealer and prepare my eyelid for the eyeshadow and help it blend a lot better. The next shade I'm using is called Thanks Babe. Now this one, I'm just using this as more of a transition shade. So it's right up there in the eye socket, really close to the eyebrow. And I'm just going to use this to soften that contour and really shape the eyelid. I'm going in twice with this just to make sure that the color is there, and you'll notice throughout this video I do add more of this shade just to ensure that we do have that nice transition going from your eyeshadow up near your brow. Now this is one of the darkest colors in the palette, and it's called number 22. Now this is where you need to trust the process. So it is looking a little bit messy. So I've placed it in the outer corner and also in the inner corner, and I'm using a very, very soft, fluffy brush to blend that through and blend it through the crease of my eye socket. So it does start off looking just that little bit messy, but if you just trust yourself, placing that product where you want it, and then using another brush to blend that through. Now this is a very soft brush. Later on I'll grab a blending brush that's a little bit more hard on the bristles, just to move that product around. And I'm being really careful to leave that middle part of my eyeball free of any color. Now I'm taking that same dark shade and just placing it in the outer corner on the lower lashes and also the inner corner. I'm using a much smaller brush just to get a little bit more detail and really make sure that that color is nice and dark. Now this is the crown brush. Now this is a blending brush, and it's a little bit harsher in its bristles, and that'll just help move that product around and through that socket line. Going back in with the first shade, once again just getting that transition shade a little bit more visible. Now this is, you've noticed I just did a little nod. This is the concealer again, and I've placed it on, and then I've done a little nod with my head. And what this is going to do is show you where that you should end your concealer, where the top of that crease is. I've got a little bit much on one of the eyes, you can see, but I will clean that up later. Now this is the shimmer. It's a gorgeous gold, and it's called Barcelona. It's beautiful. So I'm getting a very precise flat brush, and I'm pressing that into the concealer, and it's right on the center of my eye. I'm also running a small amount underneath using a very small detailed brush, going back in with that darker shade, and once again with my fluffy brush. So really building up these colors, and you can see that I just keep going back and forth until I get exactly the sort of color payoff that I'm after. Now, this is going to look like I've made a massive mistake, and I also thought I had, but I just wanted to make sure that in that top part of the crease, that dark shade was there as well. Really creates a nice line and carves out your eye shape. And once again, back in with the lighter shade. This is the Youngblood Chestnut. It's a gorgeous chocolate eyeliner. So I'm just running that in the top of my lash line, in the outer corner and in the inner corner. Slight wing there, nothing too dramatic, but really just running it in to my lash line just to give myself a bit more definition. This is a black mascara. It's the Blackout by Youngblood, and I'm just popping that through my lashes. Now I'm cleaning up under my eyes using just some moisturizer, just because I did do the base first. Usually, quite often, I do eyes first so that I don't get this fallout, but this is a really great trick just to pick up that excess product. This is the Kevyn Aucoin concealer again, and I'm just using this to really highlight underneath the eyes and clean up underneath there as well, and blend that into the foundation. And as you can see straight away, that really helps to clean up that outer corner and just make those eyes pop. This is the Home Beauty highlighter. It's really pretty, and I'm just placing that on the high points of my face, on my cheekbones, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and blending that in with the Beauty Blender. This is the Makeup by Mario. It's called Pale Petal, the blush. Once again, it's one of the sticks, and it has the brush on the other side. I just thought a nice soft pink would look great. Now I'm just lining my Cupid's bow, and also I will overline the center of the bottom lip as well. I don't overline my entire lip. I really just concentrate on the center so it doesn't look too fake or, too out of place. I'm using the same Pale Petal blush, and I'm just popping that on my lips as well, just to have a little bit of continuity with that color, that shade. The brows, I'm using the On Point Brow Defining Pencil by Youngblood. This one is in Blonde. I'm just sweeping that through. My brows do need a little bit of a tidy up. I'm just making sure that the arch is there and combing it through again. Same on the other side. Now this is the Soleil bronzer by Youngblood. This will help set that nice cream contour that we did earlier. And now I'm going to use the light and the Mineral Press setting powder and set under the eyes and the rest of the face as well. And you can see it really helps to highlight those cheekbones and carve out the contour a bit more. Now I'm going back in with that shade Thanks Babe and using that as a powder blush. And now that lovely gold color that we used, I'm just putting a little bit more underneath the eyes and really highlighting the tops of the eyes there as well. This is a highlighter for the waterline. It has two ends. I'm just using the matte shade. There you have it.